Standing in the auditorium when we opened the doors and just seeing people just flooding in with a real sense of expectancy that God was going to do something phenomenal. To be able to stand in the venue 1 minute, 9,000 empty seats, and then minutes later seeing it absolutely jam-packed, and then to walk outside into the foyer and basically see thousands of other people wanting to come in and really experience God's presence. It was awesome. So it's pretty amazing to think that on a night like that, that predominantly the people that were really involved in the project were people who volunteer their time and lay their life down for the kingdom. In your own church, in your own ministry, in your own life, that you really could leverage off that and saying, if God can do it for them, He can do it for me. Because I know that that's the case for us. You know, how we started doing these things many years ago was we just had to go and just believe that God could use our best efforts. And so that's what I'm hoping that you can really get out of this. When we realised that Darlene was going to be pregnant during the album, we really sat down one day at home and just basically counted the cost and said, look, maybe she shouldn't be involved or whatever. And we didn't know what would happen on the night, and it was only down to a number of weeks prior to the album that we really had a sense of God confidence that she can really, participate in this strongly. And since then, obviously, she's had a baby girl called Zoe, who's a fantastic, beautiful daughter. And it's been a really interesting time and so many different parallels in birthing a project as well as birthing a newborn baby into the house. It's been a fantastic parallel to see how God birthed this thing spiritually as well as physically. I think revival is, for me, is really a sense of personal revival, that people's awareness of God has just gone to a much higher dimension than ever before, that the sense of the miraculous is really happening in everyday life, that people's lives are fundamentally being changed inside the church and outside the church. My passion in life would be to really see people released to whatever dreams God's placed in their hearts. And I think the challenge for each one of us is in our everyday lives, bringing God more into our world, so that even though we are living in this world, obviously, how can we outwork God in our everyday lives? How can we commune with Him, spend time with Him, and communicate to other people? How can I take God to my next door neighbour? And that's a great concept, and the challenge, I think, that's before all of us.